Travelling to my sites, working my bees.
G'day, my name's Alan Teskey. My main aim in beekeeping is to experiment and to obtain as much honey from the hives as possible.
When I met Alan through my local beekeeping club, I knew nothing about bees.
She may be elsewhere there too, I don't know. This is why your nukes, you've got to keep on top of them all the time. I'll just go back. The queen may be even under the ute, I don't know. There was a little pile of bees over here. The queen may have been coming over here. That's what happens with a pile of bees. They look after the queen.
Like a personal escort?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep. Alright, we get into this high drop there. She may be elsewhere there too, I don't know. She could be anywhere. This is why your nukes, you've got to keep on top of them all the time. Otherwise they can swarm on you.
Is that simply because of their full frame, smaller?
Over-congested, the hive's full.
So if we had not come down today, would you have had a swarm?
We'd lose half the bees.
Half the bees, yeah.
And then a couple of days later you'd lose another half of the bees.
So the longer you left, you get up with nothing?
You could, yeah. I reckon the queen's already, what they call, the queen's already alighted.
Alighted, okay. So 4 frames, 4 different piles, and a bundle of bees will tell us whether or not the queen's around.
And I'll be back here before you're back here. Right, so there's a queen cell there and there's one on there. Right, so there's 2 cells on that one.
That's right, yep.
So we'll just leave that there for the moment.
Number 2.
Yeah, well, what I can do here now is I can shake these off because I know that we'll only keep those 2 cells.
So what do you actually divide the nuke?
Another cell there, that's another good cell there.
Yep, we see the length of it, eh?
That's a fresh one, so that one, even though I've shaken it, they'll probably find that that'll be okay. Because it's still probably just after the 5 days it's been sealed. So that's a good cell there too.
Sorry. So this is the bashed out box of the initial one we thought was swarming, hey?
Yep. Yeah, well, definitely. You saw all the bees up in the air.
Absolutely, yeah. How do the numbers look to you though? They still.
Oh, they haven't. Well, we've saved them. We'll save the other ones too.
All right. All right, we've just been standing there and this one's just started swarming.
Yep. Pouring out the front.
And then Alan spied the queen dropping out.
Yep, here's the queen here, look,
and
on the ground.
She's just down here.
Yep, look. There she is there.
And she's trying to run away.
Well, she's trying to fly away, but she can't.
So if her wing wasn't clipped, they'd all be gone, wouldn't they?
There's the queen. Now see how she's smaller?
Yep.
She's reduced in size, so she's able to fly again.
Oh, wow.
She can't fly when she's in full mating.
Look at them pouring out.
Yeah, that's what they do. I reckon this one over here, I reckon the queen come over here and might they just all circle around and then they'll land up somewhere close by.
Oh, and you can replace her in the hive? So they'll probably rush back as quick as they went out.
You'll hear a roar after a while.
Far out.
Because over half the bees are up in that swarm up top up there.
So this only took about, what, 5 minutes? Yeah, 5-7 minutes. Yep. And that, the swarm I showed before was what was obviously leaving.
Yeah, and that's where it clustered over.
How high do you reckon that is up in the tree up there?
Up there?
With 15 metres or something?
Oh, it would be at least. So they start, if you look up there now, look, they're starting to find out that there's no queen there.
So
See ya.
Yeah.
When we come back, you'll probably find the whuppie many up there.
Gotcha.
You know, wash your hands?
Yeah, I will, definitely. So put an extra super on top. We're going to return with some more gear to split this hive.
Split into three.
Into three. And I'm talking about, and the queen is actually in the top in a cage, just while we're going to return shortly. So in this particular honey hive, we'd noticed the queen was probably getting to about 15 to 18 months old. Still performing, but we've decided it's time to change it over with a younger one. And the benefits of running a nuke all year round, or several nukes depending on your situation, is that at a moment's notice you can have a young queen available, which is what we've got over to our side, over to the side here. So this nuke here is a double nuke with no excluder for the purpose of building up bees. And what we've done is found the queen in this one, also found the queen in the honey hive, caged the queens, and now swapped them over. This queen here has just been placed down, and shortly she'll start piping to be fed. And if they behave nicely towards her, she'll amalgamate fine with the colony. So that's the old queen into a nuke, and she'll perform quite well in a nucleus hive. This is the young queen, and because she's in full lay and performing very well, she'll serve this honey hive much better than the older queen. And as you can tell, they're just calmly trying to get through the cage to feed her. If we were to notice that they were buzzing and forming a tight ball around that cage, it would mean that they would be trying to ball her and kill her. But in this 5-minute queen exchange that we practice all the time, never had one failure. So it's a top tip. And as part of the overhaul of the brood box, by changing the queens, we're also removing 4 frames, lifting them up into the middle super, and replacing 4 good stickies downstairs. That'll help keep the bee numbers high and give the new queen plenty of room to lay. Make sure there's no drone comb in the frames, and make sure the frames are straight without any bows or holes. That one's too bowed for my liking.
That one.
Yep. Even though it's dark, the cells are still quite thin. So she's right to go. So as you can see, as we've done our monthly brood lifts, or as required, we've dated with the month and the year in which the frames went in. So I can tell that these 3 in the middle were put in January 2016. These 4 here were just put in today, and these ones here were older frames, and they'll be the next to move out. The next thing we do is squeeze them all together. Helps with warmth, also reduces drone comb being built in the brood chamber, which we don't want. So that's looking pretty neat. Now we're going to release the queen. She's been sitting there for enough time for us to be satisfied that she's going to be accepted without a problem. If she's reluctant to go out, you can give a slight puff of smoke at the back. Sometimes she gets preoccupied being fed instead.
There she goes, she's going.
Bang, straight down. And then of course, with all due haste, you want to get that excluder on. For easy cleaning next time, try and have the longitudinal bars on top. So that way you can clean it up without a hassle. So the frames that we've lifted up from the brood box are here, and they're about to be placed into the middle super with the stickies. And because we've found the queen and we know that she's safe downstairs, we can easily place these frames up into the middle super. These are our 4 brood lifts, and you must check these within 5 to 7 days for rogue queen cells. If you lift frames above the excluder and don't check, you've defeated the purpose, because it's likely you'll end up with a rogue queen who'll hatch, go down through the excluder, fight with your old queen, and basically you'll lose production. Yeah, that's the bottom. Okay.
Yep, all good.
So in one opening of the hive today, it's been pretty efficient, because we've been able to exchange the queen from a nuke to the honey hive and vice versa. We've been able to lift 4 brood to help build up bee numbers, and on top of that, exchange and harvest a full super of honey.